interesting than the rest of the ones, because today we will talk about mindfulness meditation and manifestation, which is trying to increase your attention span, build your concentration, focus, and also get the clarity of the mindset that you already have. And if you are stuck somewhere, कहीं फंसे भी हो, तो उसको किस तरीके से हम थ्रू mindfulness meditation and manifestation उस चीज में थोड़ी सी क्लैरिटी ला सकते हैं, हम अपने थॉट्स को किस तरीके से सजे हुए तरीके से अलाइन कर सकते हैं, ये सारी चीजें आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे. Along with that, we will also discuss कि किस तरीके से mindfulness meditation and manifestation हमारे लाइफ में, हमारे इम्पोर्टेंट सर्कल में किस तरीके से वो एक अफेक्ट क्रिएट करता है, एंड वो अफेक्ट कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग होता है. All of it we will discuss in the today's live session, so be there with us. And हम जल्दी ही live शुरू करेंगे. We will again today have another person with us who will complement our discussion, who will be there to discuss some or many of the concepts that are related to it and give us some insight to the topic. Our live is going on both Instagram and YouTube, so be there with us, and you can follow the other one till the person is joining and being with us. So the Instagram account is insighthp.it_, and our YouTube account channel name is Well with Rami. Apart from that, the psychologist who is joining us, the person's ID is Mental Health Squad _2020. So yes, you can go on and follow both our IDs and accounts and channels, so that you never miss an update on what's next. We will begin shortly with everything, so just hang in for some time so that we can start it. Thank you for all the patience that you will be having and that you are having. So just give us a minute, and then we will be back here with you, taking our life forward and hoping to see people and your queries in as well. We would love to have your queries, whatever you have to ask, and also to answer your queries as well. So yes, just give us some time, and yeah. Until then, you can drop down your queries and whatever is there that you want to ask us. Also, if you have some of the things that you want to ask or you want to communicate, you can always type in the comment section chat box, and we will answer your queries as and when we get it. We will always not let you miss something out, so we have a description of everything else. Hang in for a little bit, and we will soon begin with our live. Hang in there. You can tell me how's your day, what how's your week going on till then. We can spare some time to have a discussion on these topics. Now it's more clearer, and we can see each other properly. I mean, I can see, but still you would not. That's it's cleared. I've invited the person. I hope the person will be joining us soon. can see some of the text messages that are coming in. So yes, you can also DM us with your queries, and we can take it up from there as well. We do not mind that as well. So then, we are trying to get in touch with us, join in so that we can begin with our session ASAP. Uh, yeah, hi there. Oh, I think you take a look at right. Hello everyone. Yes, hang in there. Have some patience, and we'll soon begin with our live today on power of mindful manifestation and meditation. It is going to be a very interesting workshop, very interesting session where we delve into topics and discuss about these in much more detail, and different areas, different sessions, different aspects of our life which gets affected through. All of these. So hang in there, and we will soon be here to understand and know a lot about all of this. We will also have, as mentioned, another psychologist with us, with whom we will have a fruitful discussion. We have been having him since quite some time now. His name is Dr. Saraswat, and he will be there to let us all know a little bit about mindfulness, manifestation, and meditation, where we will understand what are the key aspects, key areas that gets affected, that has an impact on our daily life, on interactions that we have with people, and various other aspects of our life, be it personal, professional, career, individual, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and a whole lot more. So yes, hang in there, and we will soon begin with our live today. Thank you for having so much patience. Just a little more, and we will soon begin with the interaction where you get to know जहाँ आपको mindfulness, manifestation और meditation के बहुत सारे aspects जानने को, समझने को and सीखने को मिलेंगे. So yes, let's hang in a little bit. so that the person can begin. And yes, he is here. So just give us a minute so that I can um, present both our screens on the screen and we can start the discussion. Yes, Utkarsh. Hi, how are you?
Hello, Brahman. I'm good. How are you?
I am good too. Just give me a minute so that I can just pause the music that's going on behind us to
Okay.
minimize the interruption that we might have throughout the live. And now, yes, we are all, no interruptions would be there now
How
onto
are
the.
you, Brahmin? How's your day going?
Oh, my day is going good, and I guess this live will automatically enhance my day and the way it is going because the topic is such an interesting one, mindfulness, meditation, and manifestation.
Right.
That also speaks a lot कि हमें क्या manifest करना चाहिए. So I'm manifestation peace and like I'm manifesting peace, calmness, and growth in my
Yes.
life right now. So yes, with that I hope the session will bring all of it together because with discussions we always come up with areas ऐसी बातें होती है जो हमें या हमारे थॉट्स या हमारे गोल्स को मैनिफेस्ट करने के लिए और ज्यादा मोटिवेट करते हैं एंड समवेयर अननोइंगली वी मैनिफेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स सो क्या पता ये ही वो सेशन है जो मेरे उस मैनिफेस्टेशन को एक्चुअली ट्रू करते हैं सो hoping for the best, manifesting for the best,
Right.
and being mindful of what I am saying and talking about. How are you?
Same time, that manifestation, mindfulness, meditation is going to be happening in this session. And वो कहीं ना कि जो painting which you have created and the art you have made on the wall, it also resonate with it.
You had to mention that, na? You had to do that. Yes, well, that is true. That is all about, me being mindful about my own emotions and my own thoughts and actually putting it out there
Right.
to reflect back because not only just being mindful about things or manifesting certain things, we have to actually let it out and reflect on it again so as to be able to मतलब ताकि हमारी वो जो manifestations है वो हमें भी पता चले and right reflection will make it stronger. So yes, I guess
Right.
that is something that speaks a lot about my manifestation and mindfulness power.
And that is looking really and at the same time it actually tells about lot of emotions and nuances as a person, right? And taking forward the same thing which you also said in the explanation of the same कि ना हमें बाहर निकालना है, take out करना है, right? What we have in our mind and soul and in our heart, right? Same goes with if we have to start with the topic. So talking about manifestation to begin with, manifestation is also a practice of this only, right? We as human beings, we have that power. Our species have the only power to process things, feel things, and have thoughts and emotions being articulated on the same, right? We have our mind, we have our heart, right? At the same time, we can also make a judgment, a decision, or maybe a task to how to like process the same and how to carry forward in our daily routine life. This only we as human beings have been blessed with in on this planet Earth by Almighty, which eventually leads to कि हमारा एक like spiritual connection है, spiritual alignment है with the universe and with the ultimate energy, of course. And whatever we speak, right? हम हमें लाइक हमारी संस्कृति में हमारे लाइक हिंदू रिलीजन में ये कहा जाता है दैट हमारे पूरे दिन में राइट एक बार हमारी जीभ पे सरस्वती माता विराजमान होती है, तो जो आप कहते हो वो सच होता है, राइट? इस ये बात क्यों कही गई है? ये बात इसलिए कही गई है क्योंकि जिससे कि आप हमेशा मीठा बोलो एंड हमेशा अगर आपके आपके लाइक वर्बल इंटरेक्शन या वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन से कुछ बात निकले ना, तो उसका कोई फ्रूटफुलनेस बने, उसका कोई इम्पैक्ट हो, चाहे आपकी लाइफ में हो या लाइक फॉर दैट मैटर पीपल अराउंड यू, योर क्लोज वंस, और मे बी लाइक जस्ट फॉर दैट मैटर इन पब्लिक प्लेसेस, राइट? तो एक तो वो चीज होगी, दूसरी चीज ये हो गई कि there's always one thing which universe sends back that energy in form of resonating and reflecting energy. वो मैं यहाँ पे mention करना चाहूंगा कि हम जो भी बोलते हैं ना, और जो भी हम विश करते हैं, जो भी प्रे करते हैं, राइट, हम हमारा जो यूनिवर्स है इन फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जीज, राइट, वी अगर अगर मैं अभी बोल रहा हूँ, राइट, यू आर स्पीकिंग, आई एम स्पीकिंग, दिस इज ऑल्सो वर्बल एनर्जी, राइट, वी आर डिलीवरिंग टू ईच अदर, राइट। तो एट द सेम टाइम इसमें किस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में और किन टॉपिक्स और किन एक्सपेक्ट्स के बारे में हम बात करते हैं, वो बहुत मैटर करता है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी यार कि यूनिवर्स कहाँ है, एनर्जी कहाँ है, वो हमें नेकेड आई से विजिबल नहीं है, बट that energy, that flow, that sound is reaching to that ultimate energy which is making what the whole universe is all about right now, and we as human beings are able to breathe. That energy is making us do all of this which we eventually are. हम जो अभी पॉडकास्ट भी कर रहे हैं इन टॉपिक्स के बारे में, that energy is leading us to do this. Our mind, our every daily routine life, like getting in morning, freshening up, right, doing our work, eating, sleeping, right, walking, running, everything is aligned with that universal energy. तो जो आप बोलते हो ना, वो it turns out to be, जैसे अगर एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे आई गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल, आई विश कि ना मेरा ये अगस्त का महीना बहुत ब्लिसफुल जाए, ठीक है, and I always constantly making this, right, after like waking up in the morning and before waking up in the night, I'm always saying to myself and I'm reminding myself that this month is going to be bliss for me. So this will eventually be resonated with the universal energy. तो वहां पे
Yeah,
and this thing I want to make it clear to everybody, वहां पे कोई filter नहीं होता, जब वो आपको send back करते हैं ना in form of what you eventually wanted, there is no filter in it. That is going to be directly delivered in your life. whatever you ask for, whatever you want, अगर मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि मेरा अगस्त महीना ब्लेस जाए, तो अगर ये कॉन्स्टेंटली एंड रिपीटेडली मैं रिपीट करूंगा, प्रैक्टिस में लाऊंगा अपने डेली रूटीन में, इवेंचुअली दैट थिंग इज गोइंग टू हैपन इन माय लाइफ. So this is called like
absolutely.
manifestation. This is like sending whatever you have in your mind and heart, sending out and like speaking out very confidently and very spiritually at the same time with confidence and with stubbornness कि मुझे ये चाहिए तो चाहिए, ठीक है. Challenges of course आएंगे, barriers आएंगे
Yeah,
on the way, but eventually it's going to be coming to you. You are able to get that energy and that feel कि जो मैंने मांगा था, eventually it has come to me. It will take time, of course it will take time, there's no certainty about it, but eventually you will get what you always wanted and desired for, if you are even speaking or saying out loud. And it doesn't matter
yeah,
कि कोई और person सामने है, आसपास है, if you are even like looking in the mirror and saying ना अपने आप से भी, then that is also the way, like talking to yourself basically. So that is called manifestation.
absolutely,
So any
absolutely.
experience
I mean,
which you
see,
have?
yes, I was saying that only कि जो भी बात हम करते हैं and you know whatever we speak हम अपने you know जुबान से जो भी निकाल रहे हैं it has some impact and कहीं ना कहीं you know talking
Right.
about the working nature of it, ये जैसे कहते हैं कि सरस्वती माता बैठती है हमारी जुबान पर दिन में एक बार so that we speak positive, it's also हमारे खुद के लिए भी you know जब हम बात कर रहे हैं ताकि क्योंकि
Right.
whenever we are talking our ears are listening and our brain is interpreting the same thing.
Yes.
So when my brain is
Mm.
my ears are listening and my brain is interpreting the whole thing, my brain is making me believe in that also. So if I say that I cannot do it, I cannot do it, मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, my ears are listening to that voice again and again, and my brain is interpreting the similar way कि मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा. So eventually, how would I say कि मुझसे हो पाएगा? If I'm not even telling
Right.
myself that I can do it. And that is why it is important to use our senses in such a way and speak such words only जो कि हमारे माइंड को अलाइन कर रहे हैं उसी चीजों के बारे में सोचने के लिए and then our mind is getting aligned to you know moving towards that path only.
Right.
Manifestation again and again is that only making our senses believe that we can or you know making our senses know कि हमें क्या चाहिए लाइफ में या हम कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं so that our brain listens and works towards that path only and our brain
Right.
does that so that is you know and being mindful about the words whatever you mentioned like you know कि जो हम बात कह रहे हैं we do it mindfully, how it impacts. Because अगर मैं mindful words नहीं बोल रही हूँ, my brain is interpreting 24/7, it is not resting for a bit. So जो भी मैं बात कर रही हूँ, my brain is interpreting. So being mindful about what you are saying, what you are speaking, the way you are speaking to it, about it, matters a lot, because हमारा brain सारा कुछ interpret कर रहा है, and that is why we talk, when we say कि when the question arises, why being mindful? And the answer lies there itself, because when you are mindful, you are triggering all of your body and mind to process in a way which will elicit fruitful responses to you, which will elicit your body responses to move in the direction where you want to move, and which will also modulate your thought process, the way you want to act, the way you are feeling, and all of it. Thus, it is important to know that हम जो भी कर रहे हैं, जो भी कह रहे हैं, जो भी सुन रहे हैं, जो भी प्लान कर रहे हैं, and जो भी believe कर रहे हैं, all has to be a lot mindful. And that is where the concept of mindful kicks in, because I feel this is very close to me also. Yes.
इट इज इंडीड बिकॉज यू करेक्टली मेंशन कि हम जितना माइंडफुल रहेंगे ना खुद से, उतना हम रिफ्लेक्ट एंड रेजोनेट कर पाएंगे विद सराउंडिंग एनर्जीज इन फॉर्म ऑफ ह्यूमन बींग्स और मे बी इन फॉर्म ऑफ animals, things which are present in our surrounding and which we live and interact by in whatever intensities it may be, but that is a daily part and integral like elements of our life. At the same time, like you were talking mindfulness. So mindfulness की बात को उठाते हुए चाहूंगा कि माइंडफुल होना एज इन यू हैव टू बी वेरी ऑब्जर्वेंट, वेरी एविडेंटली नोटिसिंग, very significantly having a note of daily happenings of your life, whatever you are doing. Go on the detailed nuances part. आप सुपरफिशियली तो आप देख रहे हो, अगर मैं देखूं कि अगर जैसे मैं उठ रहा हूँ सुबह, ठीक है, मेरे को फ्रेशन अप होना है, मेरे को ब्रेकफास्ट करना है, ठीक है, ये एक सुपरफिशियलनेस है. अगर मैं डिटेल पे जाऊंगा तो मैं प्रोसेस पे एनालाइज करूंगा, मैं फील करूंगा. अगर मैं फ्रेशन अप हो रहा है तो मेरे को पहले क्या करना है, फिर क्या करना है, और मेरे को ब्रेकफास्ट बनाना है, ठीक है, तो मैं ब्रेकफास्ट कैसे बनाऊंगा, उसके लिए मेरे को क्या क्या इंग्रेडिएंट्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है. ये होता है माइंडफुल होना, राइट. अगर मैं ये सोच लूंगा कि नहीं मेरे को फ्रेशन अप होना है, ब्रेकफास्ट करना है, तो व्हाट अबाउट द प्रोसेस इन बिटवीन. तो लर्निंग अबाउट एंड गेटिंग टू नो कि आप हर एक मोमेंट जो जी रहे हो ना, आई एम लाइक फोकसिंग अपॉन एवरी प्रोसेस ऑफ माय लाइफ, एवरी डेली रूट. मुझे पता होगा कि हाँ, आई एम वेरी एक्टिव इन ईच एंड एवरी पार्ट एंड आई फील दैट बूस्टिंग एनर्जी इन मी कि हाँ, मैं हर एक पार्ट, हर एक गुड और बैड वॉट एवर हैपन्स इन माई लाइफ, I can handle and I can like par those challenges or barriers which are coming in my life and is going to come, of course. But if you are mindful about how to like come to a conclusion or how to make a decision and how to come out of that vicious circle of that sad energy or low energy or bad energy in your life, so it is going to like par and make your life more impactful than what it was before. सो माइंडफुल होना ये आपको एक बेनिफिट देता है एज अ पर्सन. एंड माइंडफुलनेस
Okay.
इज ऑल अबाउट बीइंग
I will
कॉन्शियस, opening your senses and being conscious about everything in life.
absolutely, absolutely. I'll add one thing over here, since you already mentioned it right now. Mindfulness से हम अपने लाइफ के जो भी कंसर्न्स या कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स आने वाले होते हैं, उनको हम डील कैसे करना है वो प्रोसेस कर सकते हैं. सो ओवर हियर
Right.
आई जस्ट like point to one factor which always occurs as a question to people कि क्या mindfulness या manifestation या these exercise इन सबको करने से हमारी जो भी problems है वो नहीं आएंगी लाइफ में, या we will be free of concerns and conflicts. So to answer that, just give me a second. Before that, I'll plug in the charger because
Sure.
yeah. Uh,
Sure.
so to answer this question, I would say कि problems does not minimize or eliminate in your life, but you understand how to deal with those problems more effectively. You understand,
Right. How to
the
tackle.
causes of
Yes.
it and the triggers that are there. So a few things when we talk about problems is one more thing
Right.
is कि जो triggers होते हैं, the triggers that are actually triggering us and being a significant factor in the affect, जब भी कोई एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आता है हमारी लाइफ में तो हमको जिस तरीके से वो अफेक्ट करता है, how that works is we understand our triggers with mindfulness exercises and meditation and manifestation, like not manifestation over there but meditation and mindfulness. And second is it helps us to regulate those triggers a lot. So let's, like for example, I will explain this whole thing with an example
Right.
right now. Let's say suppose within every whenever a problem comes in my life and I'm stuck by it, so I get very anxious कि और ये कैसे होगा, I have to do this, all the planning, जितनी plannings होती है, जितने safety measures होते हैं, जितने precautionary measures होते हैं, अब क्या कर सकते हैं, all over the place. Now, after you do mindfulness exercises, after you practice mindfulness meditation, what happens is the problem will still come. वो problems life में अभी भी आएंगी, वो बंद नहीं होंगी. What will happen is you will know how to, face it more efficiently. Like let's say you will not be all over the place,
Right.
but you will be in your brain. Okay, the situation has happened.
Hmm.
It will happen. How, what can we do now? So analyzation, interpretation, and then working on it, the action part, ये जो तीनों phase होते हैं ये all clearer हो जाते हैं when you are being mindful about your own triggers, about the problems and about the situation around. Because post that you will consider all the factors into account. You will not just focus on one factor, but you will consider everything into account mindfully. You will take your decisions mindfully, and then the outlook would be a lot more different. And at times maybe it might happen कि अरे अगर मैं mindful थी तभी भी same outcome आया, and मैं mindful नहीं थी तभी भी same ही outcome आता. What would differ is your own peace and the way you are around people. Because before that, in the prior case, you
Right.
were more anxious
Right.
all over the place, making everyone feel hyperactive and expressing your extreme emotions in front of everyone. But after you are mindful, your own peace is within you, people's peace is there, and thus your relationship that you share with the other person, that peace is also there. So everything
Right.
matters whenever you are taking up something. And that is why I guess it is very important to have mindfulness practices on a daily basis which will help you regulate your own mind. Adding to this, I'll just add one more point and then I'll give it to you, back to you. Mindfulness exercises, or mindfulness could be of a lot many types. The way people say ki, you close your eyes, you breathe in, breathe out, it's one type. There are a lot many other types as well which you can practice, which you can take forward to, and uske baad find your niche, find your interest, and how you can express your self, how you can practice your mindfulness technique, and then start practicing it. Because not every technique is for everyone. So, yeah, that's something that I wanted to mention.
Right. And taking forward from what you explained currently about that example, that आप scatter ना हो इतनी जगहों पे, come to a common conclusion point. At the same time, just इसी को elaborate करते हुए मैं meditation के बारे में बताना चाहूँगा. Meditation is the same process. Okay. Meditation का मतलब लोग समझते हैं योगा करना, ठीक है? एंड एक और परसेप्शन है, वेरी कॉमन परसेप्शन, कि लाइक मे बी आप कमरे की लाइट बंद कर दो, ठीक है, एंड ऑन द वॉल पुट अ लाइट, जस्ट अ बीम ऑफ लाइट, एंड जस्ट वॉच इट कॉन्स्टेंटली, राइट, फॉर
Exactly.
15-20 minutes. और मे बी पूरे कमरे को लाइक डार्क कर दो एंड ब्लो अ कैंडल एंड वॉच इन द फ्लेम, ठीक है, उससे कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ेगा, उससे वो एक मेडिटेशन प्रोसेस है, ऐसा बोला जाता है. तो आज मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि मेडिटेशन एक्चुअली होता क्या है. ये जो फॉर्म्स जो अभी मैंने बताया ना, ये सारे एक्सरसाइज और प्रैक्टिस है जिससे मेडिटेशन होती है. मेडिटेशन ये सब नहीं है. मेडिटेशन जो है वो आज मैं आपको बताने जाऊंगा. मेडिटेशन का मतलब होता है यू एक्चुअली सेंट्रिक योर थॉट प्रोसेस, योर कॉग्निटिव एबिलिटीज एंड योर इमोशंस एंड एक्शंस into the center of your soul and being, into your essence. सेंट्रलाइज करने को मेडिटेशन कहते हैं. जब आप ये सारे एलिमेंट्स को सेंट्रलाइज करते हो ना, उसे कहते हैं मेडिटेशन. एंड ये जो योगा पोस्चर होता है, ठीक है, एंड लाइक पीपल से कि आप बस एक ही पॉइंट पे concentrate, it helps. It actually is part of centric your elements of existence. वो दर्शाता है, ये एक प्रैक्टिस है, राइट? दिस इज जस्ट अ प्रैक्टिस. मेडिटेशन का मतलब ही सेंट्रिक करना होता है चीजों को, ठीक है? जो लाइक थॉट प्रोसेस हो गए, आपके थिंकिंग पैटर्न हो गए, आपके इमोशंस हो गए, आपके बिहेवियर हो गए, आपके एक्शंस हो गए, ठीक है? यू आर फीलिंग इनसाइड you, and whatever you are showing in form of gestures, verbal and non-verbal both, and at the same time it has all the elements into it. Meditation, it is mental, emotional element is also included, physical element is included, financial is included, social, it is a cluster of all together, because in सारे aspects को these are part of, right? These all actually affects कहीं ना कहीं our physical and mental emotions both, right? All how you centralize it, these are the factors, and how you centralize all of this, including your organs, hormones, and all the biological, physiological, and psychological part. That is what is called meditation. Meditation उसे कहा जाता है. तो हाँ, and इसी को carry forward करते हुए मैं just yeah.
No, go on.
You're saying something? Okay, okay.
No, no,
हाँ, so इसी को carry
no,
forward
go on,
करते
go on.
हुए इसी को कैरी फॉरवर्ड करते हुए मैं जस्ट लाइक तीन चीजें बताना चाहूंगा, विच एक्चुअली बोथ ऑफ दीज थ्री प्रैक्टिसेस आर वेरी मच लाइक बेनिफिटेड एंड इन्वॉल्वड इनटू, which are our self and human relations and career. So both cities, of course, all the three in all of these three departments of our human life. Like say it further and to explain it a little. So जो self होता है, self में basically होता क्या है? आपके thoughts होते हैं, आपके emotions होते हैं, ठीक है? Whatever you heart and brain, it actually is resembled and in form of reflexes by your body parts of actions and gestures and like verbal and non-verbal both. तो ये बेसिक को like centric करता है ये तीनों एम्स, राइट? द पावर ऑफ एम्स, एंड इसका क्या वो बता रहा हूँ सेल्फ पे. तो ये सेंट्रिक करता है आपकी सारी चीजों को, राइट? एंड मेक श्योर करता है कि आप लाइक छोटी छोटी डिटेल्स एंड नुआंसेस आप ऑब्जर्व करो and be vigilant about what is happening in your surroundings, within your body, of course, but even in your surroundings, right? And it eventually lead to the implementation and exploration in a much fruitful, efficient, and in a mindful and conscious manner. तो ये तीनों प्रैक्टिस सेल्फ में ऐसे इम्पैक्ट लाता है. ह्यूमन रिलेशन, ये भी एक जिस दे देता हूँ. तो ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप, हर एक ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ अपॉन इट राइट नाउ. तो ये तीनों एम्स की जो पावर होती है ना, आप ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप में बहुत सारी है, राइट? क्योंकि इट्स जस्ट नॉट वन पर्सन, इट्स टू पीपल हु आर इंटरेक्टिंग इनटू दैट ह्यूमन बॉन्ड. तो वहां पे नोटिसिंग अबाउट कि क्या पैटर्न है ऑफ अप्रोच, राइट, with gestures or thoughts towards that person, and उस person का revert back कैसा आ रहा है, उस वो resonate कैसे कर पा रहा है आपके thought process से, आपके emotion से, right? At the same time वो उसके actions और behavior कैसे बदल रहे हैं with time, of course, right? So noticing about all of this and eventually coming together and working as a whole, not just one, क्योंकि relationship, human relationship में कभी भी एक person or एक energy, all about working together and focusing
Absolutely.
upon bit nuances कि कहाँ पे pattern change हुआ है, कहाँ पे alteration आया है, how you can fix going together, how you can fix the things, ठीक है? तो वो ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप में ऐसे ये तीनों एम्स. टॉकिंग अबाउट करियर, तो इट मेक यू फोकस एंड मेक अ पाथ बाय योरसेल्फ, राइट? हमें ऑब्वियसली गाइडेंस की जरूरत होती है, किसको नहीं चाहिए? गाइडेंस चाहिए, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम यू हैव टू कस्टमाइज अकॉर्डिंग टू what your approach towards life is, right? The path you have to create and you have to walk. We as professionals also, हम like वो लाइट दिखा सकते हैं, but client or patient or person को खुद ही चलना है. These three ends also have a person, and in like framing their career path they are into, and it actually makes them articulate and formulate in a much efficient manner कि मेरे को पहले ये अचीव करना है, फिर ये अचीव करना है, फिर ये अचीव करना है, basically focusing upon small targets and then achieving the ultimate goal or the target or the wish or the dream which तो mindfulness,
Absolutely.
manifestation and meditation इन तीनों में ऐसे impact करता है. So yeah.
I agree. I agree. You know, the way it actually impacts the relationships and everything, it has such a severe impact on, you know, each one of it. I'm not saying कि like I would not talk
Right.
it about individually, but हर level पे किस तरीके से impact करता है. Uh, so since you have already mentioned, I'll just give a
हाँ.
very small brief about things also. कि when we talk about relations, right? The way
Right.
we see it, the way we speak about things, the way we approach a particular scenario, हर एक तरीके से it also impacts that way also. If we are being first mindfulness exercises and being mindful about things are two different things. Like since we are talking a lot
Right.
about being mindful and mindfulness exercises, so I thought let's clear that out first. So
हाँ.
now talking
Right.
about
Right.
both of them is being mindful about what you are talking, what you are saying, what you are speaking will affect your manifestation power. The way the things that you're manifesting
Yes.
with the other person for the other person or in any bond
Right.
that you share with the person. So उस तरीके से being mindful about the words that you speak impacts. Second way, the way being mindful impacts is when you are having an argument or a discussion with someone or a debate of that sort. Being mindful of the words that you speak will impact how the other person would respond, and also what will be the output of the communication and the whole thing that is going on between you two. So अगर मैं mindful नहीं हूँ अपने words को
Right.
लेकर and I'm just lashing around, the whole thing, the whole scenario will be ruined, and will go very negative into it. On the other hand, mindfulness exercises, if we talk about specifically, mindfulness exercises, if practice, uh, has a lot of effects, which in turn will affect each one of the relationship that you share, be with yourself, be with other people, be it in personal settings and be it in professional settings. Now, mindful exercises, kya benefits are? Let's talk about that also a little bit so that everyone watching us have a little idea about it. Now, mindfulness exercises complements a lot of things that works from here, because when you are practicing, जब भी हम mindfulness exercises practice कर रहे हैं, हमारा brain शांत हो, एक पीस आ रही है जिससे कि
Right.
इन टर्न हमारा कंसंट्रेशन पे इफेक्ट आ रहा है, वी आर मोर अटेंटिव टू थिंग्स. अब मेरे दिमाग में अगर स्पाइरल ऑफ थॉट्स नहीं चल रहे, ऐसे कि बहुत सारा एक मैगी नहीं बनी हुई है मेरे दिमाग में एंड थिंग्स आर स्मूथ, ऑटोमेटिकली कि मैं जब भी किसी चीज को अप्रोच करूंगी या किसी पर्सन से बात करूंगी, माय होल अटेंशन वुड बी इन फ्रंट ऑफ और विद दैट पर्सन ओनली और विद दैट थिंग ओनली, and not roll around कहीं और, my mind is there, I am here वाला सीन नहीं होगा. Why? क्योंकि अब मैंने मेरे दिमाग को शांत कर लिया, मेरे दिमाग में जो मैगी क्रिएट हो रखी थी उसको मैंने स्मूथ कर लिया एंड हर एक स्ट्रिंग सेपरेट. Why this happened? Because of the mindfulness exercises. अब ये क्यों हुआ? First let's discuss that and then I'll go to the other benefits. Mindfulness exercises हमारे दिमाग को इस तरीके से काम करती है because during those exercises हम अपने thoughts, अपने emotions and अपने feelings को लेकर उनके ऊपर और अपना mind उन पे individually लगाते हैं, and हम अपने mind में उतना space दे देते हैं ताकि वो जो thoughts, feelings and emotions है वो clearly outline हो सके. एंड एट टाइम्स हम बहुत बेमतलब की चीजों में अपने माइंड को बहुत पुश करके रखते हैं. सो दीज एक्सरसाइजेस हेल्प्स अस टू इवैल्यूएट कि हमें कहाँ अपना दिमाग लगाना है, कौन सा थॉट हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, कौन से थॉट्स हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. Another thing that these mindfulness exercises does is ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होता है ना, हमारी जो प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं उनका जो रूट कॉज होता है वो एक ही होता है, एंड फ्रॉम दैट रूट कॉज मेनी ब्रांचेस इरप्ट एंड बहुत तरीके तक, बहुत तरफ तक वो चीजें, वो थॉट्स स्क्रॉल कर जाते हैं. दैट इज व्हाट हैपेंस विद अस, विद ऑल ऑफ अस. सो वी हैव टू फाइंड दैट रूट कॉज कि वो रीजन क्या है. कई बार वो रीजन डर होता है, कई बार वो रीजन इमोशनल सेंसिटिविटी होती है, कई बार वो रीजन कोई एक पर्सन भी होता है कि एक पर्सन के साथ की गई एक पर्टिकुलर कन्वर्सेशन से वो 10 ब्रांचेस स्टेम हो गए, जो 10 ब्रांचेस के बारे में मैं अब सोच रही हूँ. So these mindfulness exercises helps you to cut down those branches and reach to a single spot की concern क्या है. And what happens जो the 10 factors आपके दिमाग में चल रहे थे now has narrowed down to one particular concept. अब when we are dealing with 10 different things it's tough, but now when we have to deal with only one thing, हमें जब एक ही चीज से डील करना है it's easier. Now my mind is feeling calmer कि okay now I have only to deal with एक thing ही है जिससे मेरे को डील करना है, other things are sorted. Automatically all my things are concentrated. अब मैं जब next time किसी से interact कर रही हूँ I am there present. So mindfulness exercises क्या करती है, हमें here and now में ले आती है, आज और अभी में ले आती है. और जब हम आज और अभी में होते हैं तो हम पास्ट की भी नहीं सोच रहे होते, फ्यूचर की भी नहीं सोच रहे होते, हम आज में जी रहे होते हैं, which creates the positive impact with the relationship that we share with people. First, now हमारे सेल्फ के साथ क्या होता है, अब अगर मैं 10 चीजों के बारे में नहीं सोच रही हूँ, वो अननेसेसरी थॉट्स नहीं है, तो मैं मेरे गोल्स, मेरी ड्राइव्स, मेरे विशेस एंड मेरे इंपॉर्टेंट क्लोज्ड पीपल सब पे फोकस कर सकती हूँ. एंड दैट इज वेयर माइंडफुलनेस एक्सरसाइजेस आर वर्किंग इनटू प्ले. सेकंड थिंग, थर्ड थिंग, करियर. नाउ अब मेरे पास इतनी प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, तो मैं मेरे करियर गोल्स की तरफ और ज्यादा ओरिएंटेड हूँ कि मेरे को करना है. Now my professional working space has been more clearer because my focus has increased because of the mindfulness exercises. मेरा attention span बढ़ गया है, मेरा जो observation skills है वो बढ़ गई है. हमारी ये चीजें impact होती है because हम 10 problems में उलझे हुए होते हैं. Now जब हम एक ही प्रॉब्लम में हैं, एक ही चीज है, तो हमें 10 प्रॉब्लम्स की जरूरत नहीं है, एंड वो सारी चीजें गायब हो गई है. सर अटेंशन स्पैन कैन इंक्रीज अ लॉट. It also regulates our emotions as well. As I mentioned a little earlier, किस तरीके से हमारे thoughts, emotions center हो जाते हैं, and we get more aware about our thoughts, emotions and expressions, both with mindfulness exercises and meditation. Both taking both into account, हम जब हर एक चीज के बारे में अवेयर हैं, तो हम अपने इमोशंस को लेकर और क्लियर है. हमारी जो क्लैरिटी है विद इमोशनल एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड हाउ टू रेगुलेट देम इज मोर क्लियर. एंड जब हम हमारे इमोशंस को लेकर क्लियर हैं, तो ऑटोमेटिकली जो हमारे रिस्पॉन्सेज होंगे उन इमोशंस की तरफ, वो भी और क्लियर होंगे. So these are some of the ways how it affects our personal, our social and our professional aspect of life, and how it creates such an impact कि हमारे जो thought processes है वो बहुत अच्छी तरीके से regulate हो जाते हैं, and हम अपने जो decisions है वो बहुत सही तरीके से ले पाते हैं. So that was in a brief.
Very beautiful, very detail oriented and very beautifully explained and cut short every impact, every factor of all the 3 M's: mindfulness, manifestation and meditation. इसी में एक चीज मैं मेजर जस्ट ऐड ऑन करना चाहूंगा, वो है कि लाइक जो हम सेल्फ की बात करते हैं, एंड एवरीथिंग इज लाइक हमसे और हमारे साथ ही है, ठीक है. हमसे ही शुरू होता है एज अ पर्सन, एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग हमसे ही खत्म होता है इन दिस प्लैनेट अर्थ, on this planet Earth. So self की हम जब बात करते called self acceptance, self concept, तो इसको ना जस्ट थोड़ा सा समझाने के लिए जस्ट बताना चाहूंगा दैट कंसिडर अ अम्ब्रेला. ओके, अम्ब्रेला का एक हैंडल होता है, ठीक है, उसका एक सेंटर. अब जो सेंटर पॉइंट है ना, उसको आप सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट और सेल्फ एक्सपेक्ट बना दो. वो एक ही, मतलब एक ही मीनिंग है, टर्म दो है, ठीक है. एंड उसको एक हैंडल से सपोर्ट करने के बजाय मल्टीपल बाइफर्केशन कर दो हैंडल्स, राइट. तो उसमें क्या क्या इंक्लूड होगा मैं वो बताता हूँ, ठीक है. सो उसमें सब, एम आई ऑडिबल? या ओके,
yes you are.
ओके. तो हाँ, उसमें सबसे पहले क्या आएगा, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ए टू जेड सारे सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट्स आते हैं. मैं एक एक करके आपको जस्ट एक थोड़ा आइडिया देता हूँ कि होता क्या है इसमें. सेल्फ ऑथेंटिसिटी आती है, सेल्फ बिलीफ आता है, लाइक मल्टीपल बाइफर्केशन है ना अम्ब्रेला के, वो मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको. तो सेल्फ बिलीफ, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस, सेल्फ डिवोशन, सेल्फ एस्टीम, सेल्फ फेथ, राइट, सेल्फ ग्रेटिट्यूड, लाइक सेल्फ लव, सेल्फ मोटिवेशन, ठीक है. सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट आता है, ठीक है, देन आता है सेल्फ रिजुविनेशन, देन कम्स सेल्फ ट्रैंक्विलिटी, सेल्फ पीस, self serenity, and self wisdom, and self comes at the end. So these are some of the self concepts, और ये उनके बाइफर्केशंस है. जब इंसान एक पर्टिकुलर ह्यूमन बीइंग इन सारे एलिमेंट्स पे फोकस करता है ना, तो इवेंचुअली उसके ह्यूमन रिलेशनशिप्स हो या करियर हो, पर्सनल हो या प्रोफेशनल एलिमेंट्स ऑफ लाइफ हो, इवेंचुअली इट कम्स, इतने चैलेंज और बैरियर उतने, लाइक ऑब्वियसली हसल है, लाइफ है, तो ऑब्वियसली आएंगे, लेकिन दे विल फाइंड अ वे इवेंचुअली हाउ टू टैकल देम, जब उनके ये सारे एलिमेंट्स सेंट्रिक होंगे. और वो सेंट्रिक कब होंगे? सेंट्रिक जब होंगे जब आप एक्टिवली प्रैक्टिस करोगे मैनिफेस्टेशन, माइंडफुलनेस एंड मेडिटेशन ऑल टुगेदर. दिस इज कॉल्ड द पावर ऑफ 3 M's. एंड एट द सेम टाइम यहाँ पे एक कॉमन एलिमेंट है इन सबका, दैट इज कॉल्ड एक्सप्रेशन. थॉट भी एक एक्सप्रेशन है, इमोशन भी एक एक्सप्रेशन है, एक्शन, बिहेवियर, जेस्चर्स, वर्बल हो या नॉन वर्बल हो, वो भी एक एक्सप्रेशन ही है. तो आप कैसे एक्सप्रेस करते हो, keeping in mind all of this all together centric, that is what is the power of 3 M's, which we discussed today. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, and remarkably said, you know how these every single bit affects our life in person, and beautifully mentioned, you know, about manifestations and what we are doing through our actions matters a lot in the way things are perceived as well, because. हमें actually, you know, in general also before I entered into the field and I got to learn a lot of things, इसके पहले I was also, you know, कुछ भी बोलते थे कि यार नहीं होगा मुझसे, क्या ही कर लूंगी. बट वेन यू अंडरस्टैंड द इम्पैक्ट, यू अंडरस्टैंड कि यार जो बोल रहे हो सोच समझ के बोलो, बिकॉज इट एक्चुअली हैज सच अ बिग इम्पैक्ट इन योर लाइफ, because everything that you say, you're motivating your brain to listen to that. And how important is it is to, you know, say the right words, use the right sentences, speak the right things, and being positive about it. You know, jab you hear the half glass, like glass half empty half full wali theory, and you know, earlier वो दिखता था कि कैसे glass half empty है and how I need to put in more water in it. But gradually, when you learn about this, when you read about manifestations, you understand that actually focusing on the glass half full is more important, because it will boost you in a way which is more positive way. uh, Seeing things which are there instead of seeing things that you have to attain even now. Now अभी भी ये सेंटेंस मैंने बहुत सजा के बोला है कि चीजें जो मेरे को अभी भी पानी है. 2 years पहले वाली, if I would be the person 2 to 4 years back, I would say जो चीज मेरे पास नहीं है, you know, focusing on nahi, and right now focus is on ki I have to attain those. So that is the difference that I have seen in myself, practicing more positive self talk, practicing mindful speaking, and practicing mind strategy, mindfulness. Initially I was not even aware कि मैं mindfulness strategy relaxation techniques practice कर रही हूँ. I used to do it normally ऐसे ही, and not like in a particular peculiar manner. बस मैं observe करती थी, just, you know, with the silence and everything. Now I see the difference of it automatically. So think, if we do it more consciously and make an effort doing it, how much of an impact we can create with that. And that, you know, that has significantly impacted my own thought process. So I feel like those who are watching us and those who will be watching us, they will also have a great insight to it. And with regards to one thing that I will add about manifestation is the words need to be very cautious. मेरे पास रुपए आ जाए, मेरे पास रुपए आ जाए, मेरे पास रुपए आ जाए बोलने से रुपए नहीं आते. I grow in my field, I attain success, or I attain growth, development, and prosperity is something that will work. Not मेरे पास रुपए आ जाए or I get more money. Because manifestation also works in a matter where you are being mindful about things. You want to be, you know, you want to have prosperity in life. It's just not money. So using the right words and having the right way of using the right words is important. So that is something that I wanted to add with regards to manifestation, because लोगों को लगता है manifestation मतलब एक बार बातें बोलते रहो बोलते रहो बोलते रहो बोलते रहो and वो चीजें काम कर जाएंगी, somehow you will attain it. It's not that. You have to speak your words very carefully and use the right words to ask what you are looking for. And today I was having a discussion with my dad also, and I came up with this particular sentence, which probably affected my thought process a lot. So I'll say it over here. क्या पता किसी को help हो जाए, or someone could relate it. We do not always get what we want, but we always get what we need. So that is an important factor to consider.
Indeed, it is. And just to like conclude the today's talk about power ends, मैं ये बोलना चाहूंगा that art form बहुत होते हैं, we know, but for that matter, right, as a person, as a human being, these three M's, manifestation, mindfulness, and meditation, right, this is an art, and these are the three pillars of spirituality. And उसका मतलब यही होता है that as a person we have our energies, right, we have our souls, we connected to that ultimate energy, which is the universal energy, and obviously the so how you express it, how you line it, how you bridge, and how you communicate and interact with that energy, that is called all the power of these TMs. And this is an art of expression. आप जितना करोगे उतना benefit आप अपनी life में देखोगे, eventually is going to happen. This is like I'm giving a
Absolutely.
word for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with this fruitful words and words of wisdom, we can end our life for the day. We'll again come up with another live
Yes,
on this topic, on diving deep into
right.
individual topics of this. Also practicing it. So practically doing this particular exercise, some of the exercises on all of these, we will come up with live another live on next Wednesday. So stay updated and stay tuned, taki
Yes,
we do this live and we get to know a lot about things, and certain exercises that can actually flourish, and that can with which you can equip yourself with those skill sets to be more mindful, to be more focused, to be more concentrated, and use your skills wisely. So yes, that is it for today's session. We will again meet
so
on
till
next
then stay tuned with us.
Wednesday with this topic.
Yes, yet we'll be talking about different elements one by one, taking one by one the implementations, the exercise, and how you can do mindfulness, meditation, and manifestation in your life. What are the techniques you can use and the exercises for the same. And stay tuned with us, stay connected. And with this, like on like this Friday, we are coming up with another science and analysis of Dear Zindagi. Like part 3, take 2, and we are going to talk about in like share detailed perspectives about Dear Zindagi, and this is going to be the next episode of Science in Analysis. Stay tuned with us for the same also, and next episode of these power of 3Ms: mindfulness, manifestation, and meditation. Thank you for
Along
being
with
here
that, you can
with us, and with this, I'm psychologist Utkarsh. She is psychologist Brahmi. We'll be signing off, and we'll be coming together with another
absolutely.
fruitful convo and talk show for all of you.
Yes, absolutely. Along with that, one more thing, you can follow us on our Instagram channels, the link of which is
Yes,
visible right on the screen, insight.it underscore and mental health squad
right now, yeah,
underscore
on this.
20. You
Mm,
can follow us there, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which goes with the channel name is with Brahmi, so that you do not miss any updates on our upcoming sessions and live. And yes, see you in our next video, next live session. Till then, sign off.
take care,
Bye.
everyone.